From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
President Donald Trump will name his Supreme Court pick tonight, and senators are boycotting Trump's cabinet hearings. We'll have the latest from Washington.
And with the executive order to build a wall signed, members of one tribe in Arizona are worried about the future of their nation.
Plus, one Arizona senator calls it a waste. Why gamers are making their case for playing to learn.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Tyler Paley.
And I'm Katie Beery. Thank you for joining us.
In an hour, President Donald Trump will announce his pick for the next Supreme Court justice. Trump made a list of potential nominees when he was elected, but it is still unclear who is at the top. Some names include Thomas Hardiman, Neil Gorsuch, and William H. Pryor Jr. All three are under the age of 60, an important factor as a majority of the court is older, and Trump may have to nominate a second justice during his term. Trump will make the announcement live at 6 p.m. You can watch it here on Arizona PBS during a special edition of NewsHour.
Democratic senators on the Senate Finance Committee have boycotted the hearings for President Donald Trump's cabinet picks for both health and Treasury secretaries, and the White House isn't happy.
The idea that these highly qualified nominees have the votes for their nomination to be endorsed out of committee and get a full vote, or being stalled because Democrats are boycotting the committee votes, is outrageous. The mere idea that they're not even showing up to hearings is truly outrageous.
Other picks have been confirmed by their committees, including Ryan Zinke for Interior Secretary, Rick Perry for Secretary of Energy, Betsy DeVos for Secretary of Education, and Elaine Chao for Transportation Secretary.
With divisive political rhetoric in the headlines and controversial policies put into place on a daily basis, there's growing concern for violent crimes committed over political opinion. Reporter Carla Liriano looked at two Arizona proposals which would change how the justice system treats politically motivated assaults.
Rebecca lives in Minneapolis. Interesting.
Dozens of letters came through Alberto Gutierrez's office. As an Arizona elector, people begged him to abandon President Trump when he cast his Electoral College vote.
Probably the amount of emails, letters, phone calls we received to try to change our vote.
Then there was the window. 2 days before the election, Gutierrez was getting groceries when somebody smashed his car window with a crowbar.
So I never made nothing out of it, but at the same time, it could have been a political harassment, or it could be some kind of what we call hate crime.
The perpetrator was never caught, but one Arizona lawmaker believes that crimes committed with political motivations should receive harsher sentences.
Imagine people being afraid to voice their opinions politically, to wear a button in support of a candidate or a ballot measure for fear of being beaten up. I think that's an aggravating factor because it corrodes democracy and free speech.
Kavanaugh sponsored Senate Bill 1022, which would classify crimes committed over political beliefs as hate crimes during sentencing. But the Anti-Defamation League says it's unfair to equate personal politics to protected classes like race, religion, and sexual orientation.
Hate crimes are based on immutable characteristics. One can change political affiliation, one can change their preference for a candidate, but one can't change the color of their skin.
Kavanaugh has now filed a new bill, SB 1187, which would simply encourage judges to take political motivations into account.
It will avoid the argument of whether this should be a hate crime.
On December 19th, Gutierrez cast his vote for President Donald Trump, despite the pleas and intimidation.
99% of the cases, they're not going to change a person's mind or their political views. So what are they gaining? Nothing.
In Phoenix, Carla Liriano, Cronkite News.
A measure to ban Arizona judges from giving sentence breaks to illegal immigrants has been advanced by a Senate committee. The bill would also make illegal immigrants ineligible for parole. Similar bills have been presented to the Senate before, but this year's bill applies only to felonies.
Donald Trump's border wall is facing opposition from the Tohono O'odham Nation, which has members on both sides of the border. I visited the reservation during the annual rodeo this past weekend to learn more about the tribe's concerns. It's rodeo day on the Tohono O'odham Reservation. an annual tradition that unites tribal members from both sides of the border. The rodeo is normally a celebration, but this year, residents like Willard Thomas worry their ancestral land might be split in two.
You have relatives on that side and you have relatives on this side.
Right now, to attend the rodeo, tribal members from Mexico had to cross the border on foot and show a tribal ID.
That's how you're supposed to do it!
They worry a wall would make attending celebrations like this one even more difficult. This tradition is just one that's persisted in the Tohono O'odham Nation for decades. But this tribal soil extends into Mexico, and families on both sides are concerned about a wall.
I mean, we need to speak out more.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Some want the tribe to protect their borderland.
My pride that I have for my people.
The tribe's vice chairman said after the election that a wall would only be built over his dead body. Now he softened his tone.
As we look at it, there is no border. It's an imaginary line, regardless of what it is. So we will continue to cross freely.
Wall or no wall, the nation will fight to keep its traditions alive and families together. One man told me his daughter celebrates her birthday with family in Mexico every spring, but this year the family's plans are on hold until they find out more about the wall.
Arizona Senator Jeff Flake continued his fight against earmarks and wasteful spending in our nation's capital today. The junior senator spoke during a Republican study committee about the need to ban the practice. He says he's surprised that they are even having this discussion about bringing earmarks back.
What happens in the end is Congress spends an inordinate amount of time, almost all of its time, when earmarks are there, securing individual earmarks instead of riding herd on the rest of the budget.
Senator Jeff Flake came out with his annual waste book this month, and a Massachusetts college fell on that list for their game design program. Reporter Danielle Kernkamp found out what that could mean for the video game industry in Arizona.
This year's waste book, titled Porkymon, contains 50 examples of what Senator Flake calls egregious spending. One of them is a $36,700 grant from the Environmental Protection Agency that went to a program designed to, quote, engage kids in an environmental conversation through the popular video game Minecraft. But many gamers in Arizona say using video games to learn is the opposite of a waste. Sorry, I got totally distracted playing this game. I can't play and talk. Kelly Tran has been gaming since she was a kid, and now she's writing her dissertation on Pokemon Go. There's so many things I like about gaming. However, she's concerned that Senator Jeff Flake's annual waste book may have a negative effect on the gaming industry in Arizona. The thing is, all of the work that goes into it, somebody had to design graphics for that game, somebody had to make the music, somebody had to program it. Jim G., the author of What Video Games Have to Teach Us About Learning and Literacy, says support for the video game industry is especially important for Arizona because it's not ranked as high as other states.
For us, it's particularly crucial not to dampen or endanger the people that are really pioneering this here, because this is getting us into industries that are very important for the future.
Ben Riker is a professor at the University of Advancing Technology in Tempe and founder of Game Collab, and says he's received important grants from the city of Phoenix.
Those grants, I worked with over 10 different startup teams, had multiple folks on those teams, and several of those, about 5 of those, have now gone to market with their games.
Tran says that people can sometimes underestimate the social aspect of video games. There's a lot of learning that can happen through games, and there's a lot of family bonding and friend bonding that can happen. This example in Flake's wastebook ended with, quote, instead of pouring money down the drain in virtual worlds, EPA should target resources to fixing real problems in the real world. Some of the other examples of federal spending that Flake called outrageous and wasteful include a $450,000 study to determine if dinosaurs could sing and a $2.4 million study to learn how to be more popular online. In the broadcast center, Danielle Kernkamp, Cronkite News.
If you use the I-10 or the I-17 to get to work, you may be used to traffic jams.
But the city of Phoenix is trying to make your commute a little easier. Coming up on Cronkite News, how your opinion could impact the future of Arizona roadways.
Plus, how Phoenix bars are joining a national movement to protect their patrons.
Pelley, anchor and managing editor of the CBS Evening News. In our changing media landscape, it is crucial for journalism education to ensure a commitment to the truth, unbiased reporting, strong ethics, unwavering fairness, and above all else, accuracy. These are the hallmarks of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. It's a place where students can innovate and transform the news industry while always upholding the values of the school's namesake. The Cronkite School at ASU, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Discover so much more at azpbs.org/schedule, where it's easier than ever to find out what's on Arizona PBS. Access interactive digital and printable program guides, repeat times, and full episode descriptions. Watch program previews of best bets for the coming week. Search by title to find your favorite shows. You can even add programs to your calendar and get email reminders when they're about to start. It's easier than ever to find out what's on Arizona PBS. Discover so much more at azpbs.org/schedule. When you want to be more connected, friend us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, watch us online.
Anyone who travels on the I-10 and I-17 knows the traffic is some of the worst in the valley. Local government organizations plan to spend $1.4 billion in improvements to make the ride easier for drivers, bus riders, and bicyclists. Reporter Morgan Wheeler explains how you can help decide how that money might be spent.
40% of daily freeway traffic in Maricopa County is on Interstate 17 and Interstate 10 corridor from North Phoenix all the way to the Southeast Valley. It's nicknamed the Spine, and the Maricopa Association of Governments wants your input to decide how to reduce traffic on those freeways. No matter how early you leave work or home, still end up in bumper-to-bumper traffic on your daily commute on the I-10 and I-17 corridor. That frustration is why leaders of the Maricopa Association of Governments proposing a $1.4 billion in solutions.
I take the bus because it's extremely too much traffic and a lot of accidents. People aren't focused on the freeway.
This corridor is named the Spine because it serves as the backbone for transportation in the Phoenix metropolitan area. Key parts of the corridor improvement plan include adding HOV lanes, adding pedestrian and bicycle crossings at 20 locations, and bring 4 light rail stations along the freeway. Transportation officials will also add 24 freeway entrance signals that use lanes instead of stop-and-go traffic lights.
This is really the future of the city and how we get people from point A to point B, to work, to school, to play, to church, to the grocery store. That's what really affects people's day-to-day lives.
The public is encouraged to give their thoughts on the plan to improve the corridor.
Anything that we can do to help improve the commute and again bring back some reliability to the system.
That would be great. That would be great. I mean, I would be able to come to work and get here a lot faster as well.
The outcome of the Spine study will be a detailed strategy to improve traffic flows along the I-10 and I-17 corridors through 2040. If you would like more information related to the I-10, I-17, or to give your opinion on the Spine Corridor Master Plan, go to spine.azmag.gov. Morgan Wheeler, Cronkite News.
Besides better freeways, how would you design the city of the future? Cronkite News reporter McKenna Delgarno introduces us to the teams working on that at the 20th anniversary of the Arizona Future City Competition.
Grandpa, I want to see this one over here.
The Arizona Future City Competition is an event where 6th, 7th, and 8th graders design model cities. This year's theme was the power of public space. David Ellingson, the co-coordinator for the Arizona Future City region, says the competition is open to anyone in the age bracket.
It's open to homeschool students, parochial schools, public schools, charter schools.
There's no restrictions to enter. We have no barriers. We've had Boy Scout groups, even clubs can come and participate with us.
This year's winners, the Veritas homeschoolers, look to South America for inspiration.
So this is our Reviva Quito. It's the revived city of Quito, Ecuador. So we basically built this 1-inch to 50-foot scale representation of our city. The most challenging part, I think, was really the mountain on the right side, actually. We originally had a scale of 1 inch to 100 feet set, and our engineering mentor told us that's not right. You have some serious cliffs in your city.
These students met for the past 2 months almost every day to create this model.
I learned about the general plan in my history class.
Engineers from across the valley volunteered their time to help judge the competition.
I think this introduces a lot of kids to different levels of engineering that they didn't know existed.
Jeremy, Adriana, and Madison will head to D.C., where they will compete in the national competition from February 18th to the 21st. In Tempe, McKenna Delgarno, Cronkite News.
Eliminating GMOs in food has been a growing trend in the last few years, and that fight is coming to Arizona.
Coming up on Cronkite News, how a Valley community is coming together to make sure their food is free of GMOs.
And it's been a sunny day out in the valley. When we come back, we'll let you know if those skies will stick around.
I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Found my it's good to be alive right about now.
Officially from 36, and he hooks it in. Arizona State wins. Keeping one deep, and it is caught. Jalen Strong. Do you
believe it? I was at the post office mailing something. I asked the clerk, how do they let you know if your son is wounded? It was very hard for me to form those words, but I just felt, I've got to know. I just felt so suspended in space and anxiety. And the man said, now, don't worry. They'll tell you.
A Tempe bar is one of many nationwide taking steps to protect customers against sexual assault and violence. Low Key Piano Bar is now offering angel shots to help keep customers out of uncomfortable situations. Reporter Canuck Jha has the details about this different way to ask for help.
Low Key Piano Bar in Tempe is the first to hang up signs in the women's restroom for the angel shot, a code of sorts that helps a bar goer out of an uncomfortable situation.
We look after every single person that's here. We do our best to make sure that the entire place is kept safe.
Ordering an angel shot is simple. If you order it neat, that means that you would like the bartender to have someone escort you to your car. If you order it with ice, that lets them know that they should call an Uber or a Lyft for you. And if you order it with lime, that lets them know that they should call the police and assist you immediately.
Nicolette Davis says the angel shot gives women confidence to take control of the situation and adds a layer of discretion.
So it's much better if people are more discreet about their problems rather than cause a huge scene at the whole entire bar, because then it's not to be rude, but you're ruining other people's nights.
Lori Latham, a police officer turned self-defense expert, says the angel shot is a good start, but the key is to get loud.
I have interviewed hundreds, if not thousands, of women who have been sexually assaulted, and they knew they were in trouble. They knew they were in danger. And the number one reason why they didn't do anything is they didn't want to be rude. And So you're not going to ruin other people's nights. You're going to attract attention, and attention is what will save your life.
While the Angel Shot might not be a secret anymore, Walter, Davis, and Latham hope it will create awareness and make bars a safer place. In Tempe, Kanakja, Cronkite News.
And if you've bought milk in the last several years, you might be eligible for a rebate. Residents of 17 states, including Arizona, who have bought milk or dairy products since 2003 are eligible to join a class action lawsuit. The National Milk Producers Federation is accused of price fixing certain dairy products and has agreed to settle. The amount each person gets will depend on how many valid claims are submitted. Go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org for more information.
Tucson has been recognized worldwide as a city of gastronomy, and now some food purists are up in arms over a proposal to grow genetically modified food there. Cronkite News reporter Mia Massler reports.
Monsanto says its greenhouse near Tucson will look something like this. It will grow both genetically modified and non-modified corn on 7 acres when it's up and running next year.
No, no, no to Monsanto!
But some concerned residents are speaking out against scientifically modified food. Sandra Almacy is one of them.
My mother started being green decades ago, and she instilled in us the importance of sustainable eating, organic, and even though I don't make a lot of money, hardly any, I still spend what little I have on organic because it's so important.
Monsanto says GMO production makes farming more efficient by producing more seeds and conserving water. The company also says it's safe.
GMOs have been approved for cultivation, which means the ability to grow GMO seeds in the soil in over 70 countries.
Increasing the food supply is important for a growing global population.
We live longer, no? Maybe not healthier, but longer. And we have also countries that have developed their economies, and now a lot of people in those countries have larger income.
Opponents hope to stop production by opposing a corporate tax break from Pima County.
No tax break. That is just ridiculous. A huge multi-billion corporation that their profits are like $3.4 million a day.
But Monsanto is ready to build. In Tucson, Mia Massler, Cronkite News.
And if you want to learn how to grow your own food, one urban farmer is making it easy.
And he's bringing it right to you.
A Valley gardening expert hosts a pop-up nursery, teaching residents how to be sustainable when growing their own fruit. The owner of the urban farm, Greg Peterson, has been gardening in the desert for 42 years. He started his pop-up nursery to teach people just how easy it can be to grow your own fruit. Peterson says the secret to sustainable fruit trees is to bring your food closer to where you eat it.
In order to get the best for you food, grow it yourself.
My girlfriend and I come here every time we know that it's open. We just love the options of fruit.
The Urban Farm Nursery opens Fridays and Saturdays now and through March. And the weather is going to be beautiful this weekend to head out to the nursery or the Waste Management Open. I'll have that in a bit, but taking a look at our satellite across the state, we see clear skies all over Arizona. A few clouds up in the high country, but not too bad. Taking a look at current temperatures across Arizona, we have 74 down in Tucson and 50s up in Flagstaff and the Grand Canyon. That is much warmer temperatures than we saw this time last week. And taking a look across the valley, we see 73 over in Buckeye, 74 in Goodyear, and 71 up in Scottsdale. So perfect weather conditions to head out to the Waste Management Open this weekend. And if you're planning on going Thursday or Friday, we see partly sunny skies, but again, high 70s. And for that big day on Saturday, we have clear skies all day and a high of 76. Look into your Super Bowl Sunday. We have perfect barbecuing conditions for you. Allison Gargaro, Cronkite Weather.
Some people donate money, clothes, or food to the fire department.
But one donor took it to the next level. Coming up on Cronkite News, why one generous businessman gave a plane to Mesa firefighters.
Fascinating.
for you.
You know, sometimes I wish I wasn't so beloved.
Mockingbird, can't you see? Little girls got a hold on me like wow. You. Baby, I'm howling for you.
It's literally one for the history books.
Enjoy.
A businessman's generosity is helping firefighters prepare for the worst, and it's boosting the Mesa Fire Department into the future of training. At Falcon Field, which is home to mostly smaller planes, practiced to make sure their tools would be effective on a larger jet, in this case, a Gulfstream. Gym owner Arthur Nudowski donated the plane. Firefighters tell Cronkite News they emerged from the exercise more confident about their emergency protocols and happy they have the tools to get the job done.
We're just 30 minutes away from President Trump announcing his pick for the United States Supreme Court vacancy. You can watch that announcement live here on Arizona PBS in a special edition of NewsHour. And the Cronkite School is hosting a special event tonight at 7, Press, Politics, and the Public, President Trump and the First Amendment. It's a discussion of a wide array of First Amendment issues that have been raised by President Donald Trump. We hope you'll attend and participate.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.